Whoa, RAGE-2000, and if you haven't seen it, you will see it because there is a crazy deal going on for this 2000 watt amp, and I'm going to explain why. So this was the RAGE-2000, which was actually designed basically after B2 Audio left the USA a couple of years ago. And due to that and other things and switching factories, they came really late. They just came a few months ago, but when they came, there was an issue.
What issue?
And instead of scrapping it all, which was the original plan, we looked into how to make it work and then get them out to you. So we're gonna go over this.
You are the best.
First off, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com.
Nice to meet you. Nice meeting you.
I'm a distributor, online e-commerce approved seller, and one of the main marketers for B2 Audio and B2 Audio USA.
That's awesome.
So we get to do stuff like this, which is great. Hit that like button, leave a comment, which doesn't cost you anything, and share this out. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you're on a social media platform that you can like and follow, please do that. It helps us do these videos and giveaways and everything else. Okay, let's get into why an amp that's supposed to be $319.95 Rage, which is really good quality amplifiers, we're blowing out at $219.95. Well, there was a couple issues.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
One was fixable and one wasn't. And because of that, you're gonna save money.
Okay, fine. Well, let's keep talking.
And if you ever thought you couldn't afford B2 Audio product, here's your chance. This right here is on sale while the supplies last because we did one run. Now,
Only one?
I'm told there's gonna be a version 2 later down the road. That's gonna be a while, and it's gonna be much more expensive. This right now is $219.95.
Great price.
This is a rated 1 ohm mono amplifier. And this will do a true 2000 watts. And at 2 ohm, it's done over 1200 watts. And at 4 ohm, 720 watts. So the numbers are there. The frequency range is 10 hertz to 250 hertz. Input sensitivity, like all their amps, 0.2 up to 6 volts. And it's got 8 gauge speaker terminals with 0 gauge inputs. Now, a 2000 watt amp with 0 gauge inputs. Well, this amp does the power. Let's take a look at it. You open it up, normally beautifully boxed and packaged like you expect out of B2 Audio product.
Simply the best.
This one has a plexiglass bottom. You can see it's a really small footprint, and it's got that cool look like all the Rage do, where all the outputs and inputs are on the bottom and not the sides. Why is it still only $219? Well, we're gonna go a little deeper.
Deeper and deeper.
Big Cat 5 cable must mean really cool remote. Yes, one of those cool remotes that everybody likes that has clip, protect, temp, and voltage. Some screws and Allen wrenches, pretty standard. Okay, so first issue, which not really too big of an issue, but the factory went ahead and made this and it would only read Celsius.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Now, sometimes these will have a way to click between Fahrenheit and Celsius, but they didn't realize that this was still planned to go to the US, and in the US, we use Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Fahrenheit. Europe uses Celsius. So that was the first problem. Really not too big of a problem, and we looked into, was there a way to get a different bass knob? Problem is, these are actually matched up to the little mini board in here, the micro board. So,
Bummer.
they would have to really make another one that paired to this. And that was gonna be kind of costly to get those, bring them over, and apply to it, and there would have been no way to even keep it at that price. So we put that off and said, hey, not a huge deal. You could either know what number you want to stay under in Celsius, or how often do people really use the temperature portion on the amplifier. Second thing you'll notice when these come, they're all signed that they were tested and checked. And you also know that there's normally a sticker on one of these screws, which is basically telling you, don't take it out. Now, what we did notice when they tested the actual run, that it seemed to go into protect because of heat, but it wasn't hot enough to do that. Well, guess what? That was actually, I wouldn't say a simple fix because it takes time. This plate has to come off. And the factory said, hey, it's not a problem. Not sure why that happened, but all you got to do is change out a resistor. And the resistor tells the board when it is too hot. So each one of these was taken off, and in the board, which I'm going to turn on the Big Jeff up and close and personal.
Engaged.
Let me see if I can find her here. Actually, I don't even know where it is because I didn't fix them, but they were fixed. Basically, one of these little resistors had to be swapped out. Not a huge deal. Okay. So, swap it out, put them on the bench, play it. In fact, the last one that I got to play for over an hour straight. No problems at all. So we said, okay, well, that fixed the temperature reading in the amp, but there were no way to change it in here. So we said, we're just going to give everybody an incredible deal on a true 2000 watt amp that has the guts of all the Rage amps. So $219.95, B2's lost, your gain. Now these are even selling like crazy. We've already had a bunch here that have shipped, and we have the rest of the stock coming to do this minor mod, as they call it. And then each amp gets tested, signs on the box that it was tested, and they're ready to ship out. So let's take a look at this amp, because we're going to do a normal unboxing, because $219.95 for a 2000 watt amp competes with a lot of brands that I'm not going to say no names that are way less quality, but the same price. So first thing we're going to look at is turn on the Big Jeff cam. I'm going to flip this bad boy over.
Big Jeff cam activated.
And if you can see for this, you're getting Tiffany style RCAs. You're getting 8 gauge outputs for the speaker, and this is a mono block, but you have 4. And then you have these big giant 0 gauge power and ground inputs. You still have protect, clip, and power. You have gain, subsonic, which I don't recommend ever use, and you have a low pass filter. Super cool. And then for the remote, you can either have it come on automatically with DC, which is 12 volts, or it will sense the signal and come on itself. You then have your normal Cat 5 cable and a remote that reads voltage, clipping, works perfect. And we have what was a $300 plus amp for you during this time, which will probably be gone very quickly. $219.95. Where can you get these? Well, of course, BigJeffAudio.com. We sell all the B2 audio products. Our partners, B2 Audio USA, and they are on Amazon. We're not. eBay, but I always recommend to go directly to the website. Why? Well, when you buy stuff on Amazon or eBay, technically it's only 30 days you can do a return. Then you got to fight back with the manufacturer. In this case, would be if you're buying it from B2 Audio or not, or Big Jeff off the eBay. But why not just buy direct from the store? You normally get rewards and coupon codes and swag and all types of stuff. So here we have a really small footprint. How small? This amp from foot to foot is 9.5 inches, 7 inches, just under 2.5. I mean, for 2000 watts with a beautiful board.
It's beautiful.
Now let's get a little closer on the board. I'm going to get the up close and personal again. I love this new camera. And as you can see, this is the normal red PCB board with the B2 Audio logo on it. As you can see, there is no corners cut.
Nope, not at all.
Because it wasn't intended for that. But because of the Celsius and because of the mod that had to be done, it was better to offer the discount to you all. And I'm just going to give you a quick scan around here. RAGE-2000. Those little Easter eggs, as they call them. And it's just a beautiful board. Such a simple and stupid oversight overseas. And now we look here, 0 gauge. Look at that. Plexiglass bottom, which doesn't matter because you're really not going to see it, but it's just cool to be able to look inside your amp. And then you have this beautiful small footprint B2 Audio Rage amplifier.
Isn't it pretty?
That will do 2,000 watts and 1 ohm. Now, I've already seen comments, people asking, does anybody push it to 0.5? This is a 1 ohm stable amp, and that's where I would keep it. Are some of the Rage and Zeros able to do half ohm? That is correct. 1 ohm. Now, when you guys overdo things or clip signals or underpower or not enough amperage, those things can be seen when you pull up our board. And I'm learning more and more as we do our own repairs on things. So buy the amp for $219.95. 1 ohm load, get the 2,000 watts, have a nice bass knob.
Very nice, very, very nice.
Enjoy the amp. Now, they are up for sale, and every single amplifier has been modded and then put on the bench and ran. All that takes time. So this way, we can say, not even factory tested, they were tested here in the USA before they shipped, which means it worked, got boxed up, and shipped to you. So, check out the RAGE-2000 for $219.95. Now, everybody always loves to see numbers. So, with some movie magic, we're gonna go hook this thing up and run some tests. Okay, so movie magic, we're set up. Now, first, big shout out to American Bass for Bob sending me the 40 amp cells. We sell those on bigjeffaudio.com, and you get them from American Bass. All packaged, all done, plug and play. And also big shout out to Excess Power. We have a Super Bank and also a PSC 90 running this. Now, first thing you notice, voltage works perfect. The power supplies are at 14.4. It's showing 14.3 there. On this, you have a clip light. And then as you can see here, when I went to temperature, it reads 20, 21. That's in Celsius. Can't get it to read in Fahrenheit. So not a huge deal, but I just wanted to show you how that works. Now, we have this at 14.4, so real life. And I just want to jump right into a dynamic run because I've read comments when I've been doing dyno, and some people are just worried about certified, and then people say, well, certified is not really real because how are you going to get that steady tone? And then other people, dynamic is not real, but dynamic is more what I think would happen because you get those bursts, the bass notes. So either way, I just want to see and show you what this thing is capable of. Such a small footprint with starting at 14.4, which now it's exact. So I've never seen a bass knob be exact to the power supplies or the banks because it's usually reading internal on the amp, but that works. So I'm just gonna get things set up now. We have our Fluke, we have our Kenwood, we have our SMD dyno, and I'm just gonna get right into this mode. Dynamic. We're mono. Yes. We're gonna go to 1 ohm. We're gonna go to track 1. Pause. And then I'm gonna unpause and hit start dyno. $24. Yep, there we go, 24.15. Nope, 24.88, and I stopped it. It was still going up. And that was down at 14.09 volts. And we had 132 amps. So let me rewind that. 1 ohm, we start at 14.4, so it dropped down to 14.09, and it did 24.88 at 132 amps. So I got to think that's going to be some impressive numbers. So that was really cool. So I don't care what you like or don't like. I think a dynamic run is what you're going to get when that bass is hitting. And you can see the amperage pull was pretty good. 24.88 at 14 volts. If I would have reran it and started at that 15 where we ended up about 14.75 or so, yeah, we probably would have gained another 100 or 150 actual watts. So every day you'll get your 2000. Now I want to talk a little bit more about, because I see the comments, certified, uncertified, dynamic. Certified is very, very hard. All dynoing is hard on an amplifier because it's like a static load. It doesn't change like a speaker does. It doesn't get a break. It's just there. Okay, so dynamic is like this, and that's just like your bass hitting. Uncertified is the same way. It kind of ramps up. Certified is just this hard, harsh, and that's not what you're going to really get in a vehicle. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying think about it. How much power will mine do when it's the bass is hitting? Okay, so you can look at it in which way. And I've seen comments that people love seeing dynamic. I love people that just want to see certified. But basically, you have a 2,000 watt amp here that can create over 2,000 watts for $219.95. So great test. This is a great unboxing. There's not as many as you think, because I don't know, I think it's like 100, 150 of them. We've already sold a bunch just talking about it, and this video is going to go out. So get yours, you know, tax time. This is the time for $219.95. Great amp. You can see it took the abuse, did its power, and bass knob, again, only got to worry about it reads in Celsius. But what I think is going to happen is we're just going to blow these out, and then there'll be a RAGE-2000 version 2, which would come from the same factory as all the new RAGE amps are coming from. And just a big shout out to Jay. He's a perfectionist. So it sucks when this was designed and it had to change factories, and then, you know, the whole USA thing, and it is what it is. But what they say, turn lemons into lemonade. So that's what it is. So could be two audio of just not even told anybody. Yeah, a lot of manufacturers do that. I'm not going to name no names, but I won't. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many are aware of issues, and they just basically do a math of how many are going to happen, or how many are going to complain, or how many have to fix a warranty. Not here. So I got to give big props to him and myself too for saying, hey, let's be upfront and honest, and we could do the mod and we can test each one, which takes time, which means not much product you buy is tested right before it's shipped. They say it's tested at the factory. There's a QC sticker or something, but we're doing each one. You're not going to find an amp of that quality, this look, and the design for $219.95 that gives you right at 2,000 watts. So cool unboxing. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. We've already sold a bunch. Again, you're going to have a little signature on the box that basically says that it was put on the bench at the main warehouse, and we powered it up and ran it for so many minutes at high volume. And then you know it's good to go. And it's a nice looking amp.
Yes, it is.
I think it looks cool. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. Hit that like button. Share this out. Always, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. Distributor, online seller for B2 Audio, B2 Audio USA, and have really close relationship to get all the product and stuff first to do this and the videos and the marketing, and it's super cool. And B2 is on a comeback viciously for 2025. So many new products. You'll see more and more here. And this just shows you when something doesn't live 100% up to par, it's either not going to go out or it's going to be told. But I can tell you that the other RAGE amps coming in the factory, I've already seen some. we will have them before they even get here, so you'll be able to see it. Man, top notch. And you still get the power and output like you would out of any Rage amp, and it's a beautiful looking amp. So listen, I'm Big Jeff. It is Saturday, February 1st, cutting videos up, doing giveaways, doing what we do, and I'll see you on the next one.